Boyfriend refuses to use soap, grease abounds. Okay, so this may sound dumb, but I'll lay it all out as concisely as possible. I've lived with my boyfriend for 5 years now, and this problem has been a slow burn. We split chores according to what we're most capable or comfortable doing, but every now and then when he doesn't feel like walking the dog, his job, and I don't feel like doing the dishes, my job, we'll take up each other's slack and switch. It's a really nice system and works out for the most part. Until recently, the last few months he's been beating me to the dishes even though I haven't had any problem with doing them. It wasn't really a problem at first because I also cook, and love it, and the help was nice. I realized maybe a few days in that our pots, pans, plates, and bowls were all super greasy. When I took them out of the cabinet, it was super apparent that they were all covered in a thin layer of grease from sitting in the sink or just cooking and eating. I brought it up to him after a week or so of just rewashing them. I figured maybe he didn't get that they were greasy because they're wet when you put them on the drying rack. He told me, yeah, I don't like the idea of eating soap. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I'm a little heavy on the soap and forget to rinse all the way was my initial thought. So I took over the dishes again and made super sure there was no leftover residue. I even touched my tongue to the pans to make sure I didn't taste soap, then rinsed. Yes, totally clear. It didn't help though. He started washing the dishes while I was at work and there are grease stains on our pantry liner now. I brought it up again and showed him my method and the result, that there was no soap left on the dishes or pans, but he still said he'd prefer his method of not using soap, even though I go back and wash them again every time I feel a greasy thing. How do I convince him to either stop helping or that he isn't actually eating soap? I can't keep re-washing everything I use to cook before I cook and plate the food one, and one shouldn't have to. I'm sorry, what? Eating soap? He knows rinsing off is a thing, right? Showed him exactly how I rinse them and even tried to demonstrate how it wasn't greasy and had no residue, and he just doesn't believe me. I was thinking about getting separate plates and just eating off of mine, but that seems petty. Does he lick his clothes clean without soap? This guy is gross. Does he shower with soap? Lol, I chuckled. He's really clean, he just apparently thinks that soap never really washes away, I guess. I asked him about why he thinks he's eating soap and he said, I just feel like I can taste the soap on it. This is very unsanitary. You could get sick from just washing things off and not using any cleaning agent. Exclamation mark. One thing he'll say is even if there's some soap residue left on the plates, eating on it is more healthy than eating on a greasy plate that could easily be home to a lot of bacteria. Honest question here. Does he know how soap works? Print out some papers on detergents, soluble surfactants, and Michels and explain that you basically cannot remove oils from an oleophilic surface, metal, glass, etc., without a soluble surfactant, soap or detergent, or non-polar solvent. Soluble surfactants are just that, soluble in water. Hence the rinsing. Your boyfriend's method isn't really a method at all. It's just him being a dumbass. Also, some oils go rancid. My ex-boyfriend, 30M, cheated on me, 20F, with my older sister, 24F. They seems both happy now and I'm here living my life miserable. I've been always aloof to my sister. I don't like her because my mom always remind me things that I don't have that my sister does. She's smart, I'm dumb. She has great circle of friends, I barely made a friend. When she moved out, I was so happy. Feel like I can move freely. I can do whatever I want. I met my ex-boyfriend through our mutual friend. He asked for my number, then the rest is history. We ended up dating each other. I brought him to my parents' house. I introduced him to my mom, my dad and my other family relatives. When the pandemic happened, my sister went back home. I'm so scared that everything will be gone. I have a happy life now and I think she's a big threat to my happiness. I was being so grumpy the first day she went home. My boyfriend came over for my mom's birthday. He met my sister for the first time. I felt something different when he started talking to her. I feel like something not good will happen, which is really true. I found out after several months. My boyfriend secretly texting my sister. I saw their conversation and my sister wasn't being responsive. All of a sudden, my boyfriend kept on coming over. I was happy and excited every time he's telling me he's coming over. Stupid me. I didn't know that's the time where he really decided to pursue her. Felt so dumb and stupid. I bet he's laughing at me because I looked like a clown. I'm always excited to see him, but he's always excited to see her. I thought my sister wouldn't do something stupid even if we're not really that close. Then one day, he left his phone, then I accidentally read his conversation with someone named Leo. They literally like text every day. He doesn't even reply to me sometimes for 2 or 3 hours, then he has a time for someone named Leo. I asked him who's this motherfucker and he said it's nothing. I have found out Leo was my sister. I have been dating for over 4 months at that time. I don't know how did it happen because I'm always around. I'm everywhere. How can I be so naive? My parents found out what happened. They scolded her for a night calling her names, then that's it. My ex-boyfriend now can freely come over because she's still living there. I'm so awkward. I feel so uncomfortable seeing my ex-boyfriend being lovey-dovey towards her. Anyway, after that, my mom now is fine with him dating my sister. I think he treats him better now than before while he's still dating me. I hated how everyone forgot that I used to date my sister's boyfriend. Felt being disrespected. I wanna cry, shout, and I don't know what to say anymore. I'm just so broken-hearted. I thought I'll be going to happy. Time to move out. Your entire family sucks. I'm sorry this happened, but understand this isn't your fault. Your sister is a shitty person, so it's not that surprising that your parents, who presumably raised her to be an asshole, likewise suck. The silver lining is, you don't sink to their level. Leave. He did you a favor. He showed you just how much of an a/hole he is, so now you can move on and find someone that you can trust and have a relationship with. Their relationship won't last. It's built on lies and cheating, so sooner or later one or both will cheat again, and when that happens you can sit back and laugh at all of them. He and her whole family showed who they are and the place she has in their lives, which is none. Your sister is a horrible person, and so are your parents for allowing him to still come over. Can you move out, go to college maybe? Get out and away from this family that does not respect you? So here's the thing. You don't deserve any of this, none. What you deserve is a family that loves and supports you, and this definitely ain't it. Sit down and create a plan to move forward. Do not give them satisfaction of seeing you hurt and broken down. I'm sure that part of the reason your sis is attracted to him is because he dated you. Best revenge is happily living your best life. I, 19 meters, accidentally hit my girlfriend, 19F. First and foremost, let it be clear that I have never raised a finger towards my girlfriend out of anger, jealousy, or any other negative reason. Yesterday we were in my dorm. I was trying to play my PS5 and she's just playing in my hair and rubbing on my arms and stuff. I'm telling her to stop and she doesn't. So I tried to shoo her away with my hands and look at the game at the same time, and I accidentally ended up slapping her in the face. Her eyes started tearing up, and as soon as I realized I did it, I apologized. She just got her stuff and left. I haven't heard from her since. Can we recover from this? Is there anything I can do to make it up to her? Edit. We hung out before I started playing my game. I asked her was it okay and she said yes. She didn't have to sit and watch me. She had her phone and her laptop. But that's literally irrelevant to this post. I want to know, how do I get her to forgive me for accidentally hitting her? If you were clear about what you wanted before she came over, it actually sounds like she didn't respect you, or your space. I'm a female, and I have been accidentally smacked a couple of times. The thing is, they were genuine accidents, and when they apologized I accepted because they were horrified. He's not being mature or kind about this. You sound genuinely upset, enough to ask strangers on the internet. I'm sure you're sorry, but maybe you should ask if you deserve the way she treated you. Allowing someone to apologize and be heard is also part of a relationship. My boyfriend loves to play video games. I know when he's playing them that his attention won't be on me by any means. That being said, it's important to compromise in a relationship. If I know he wants to play video games, I ask that either before or after, we do something just the two of us where it's quality time. I would hope that she knows you didn't mean to hit her. She also has to respect boundaries. You asking her to stop touching you is a right you have. It's called personal space. She needs to accept boundaries. Give her some time to cool off and seriously have a conversation with her after she has. If you play video games all the time while she's there, she may feel like she's not getting the attention she wants. Girls sometimes will play things off as not being a big deal if they don't want to argue. Communication is key, though. She needs to communicate to you and respect boundaries, and maybe next time, pause your game and talk to her about what she needs. If a 4-year-old can say and understand the meaning behind what no means and the respect that comes with it, then why can't your fussy girlfriend? Is she by any means a cat? Question mark. Just give her time to cool off. However, you both need to have a long conversation about boundaries and accepting no means no. I guess she wanted to be affectionate and touch you while you were gaming. I do the same with my husband while he games, but when someone says stop touching me, it needs to be respected. You shouldn't have had to try and shoo her hands away. Being clingy and disrespectful of boundaries isn't acceptable. Next time she wants attention, instead of continuing behavior you've stated to stop by saying no, she needs to be an adult and use her words. Saying, hey, I know you said you wanted to game for a while but I'm feeling lonely and would like your attention and affection for a bit, would probably get her what she wants quicker than overstepping boundaries and not taking no for an answer. This was clearly an accident, and TBH, UGF should have respected you telling her to stop and leave you alone. Accident do happen, and this clearly what this was. Talk to UGF properly and explain you'd asked her to stop and she did not, and the reaction was in no means aimed at her whatsoever, but she needs to learn to listen and respect your boundaries. I'm assuming you listen to her boundaries when she states them.